Gavin Newsom, a robot cyborg with a flesh suit, has passed a law saying that operating systems will need to have some form of age verification at setup. If you don't know what an operating system is, let me explain. There is no actual clear delineation between an operating system and just computer code. So, theoretically, the kernel and a bunch of programs put together form an operating system. You have the Linux kernel, and then you have usually the GNU core utilities or the new core utility. I like to say GNU. I don't know if that's correct, but I will continue to say that. Then you have the GNU core utilities, and you smash that together, and you have an operating system. Windows has its own kernel and its own suite of software, and so does Macintosh. But Macintosh uses a lot of Unix software as well, but it has the Unix kernel or whatever. Broadly speaking, that's how that works. So anything that is a kernel and software is an operating system, which is why a calculator company is no longer going to sell calculators in California because, strictly speaking, the kernel, which operates the hardware of the calculator, and the software that crunches numbers on it, put together is an operating system. And adding age verification is outside the scope of that. So there's actually that's I had this conversation. This is a conversation I had with Frederick many years ago, where he explained to me what an operating system is. And there is Linux without GNU, and there is BSD with GNU, and there's BSD without GNU. Many different mix and match combinations of these softwares, which is why there's so many different flavors of Linux. So the age verification shit, like, I think I talked about this last stream. I don't know what to think about this because it's so obviously retarded and they're going full bore ahead with it, and it's so obviously evil in their intentions to do this. And I don't know what to do. I like I have a nonprofit but it doesn't have any money. And it's just us. So am I supposed to like try and spearhead some kind of thing to like stop the age verification? Should I shill people to go watch the EFF or whatever? Are they going to fix it? Are they really going to fix it? Um, I don't know. And I just realized that my kick wasn't added to my counter. So it's a very moneyed interest. The big money out there benefits enormously from being a monopoly, and it's just a reality that we have where the burden of regulation and compliance is so enormous that fewer and fewer companies can exist who meet that regulation. It's like that with the automotive industry. Like, who can afford to make a car company today? You have Amazon and you have Tesla because they're bootstrapped by billionaires that can upfront the $1 billion cost to meet the compliance of the regulatory agencies that oversee their industries. And it's the same. It's going to increasingly become the same thing with technology. When I was a kid, anybody could put a okay. Anybody could put a website on the internet, and from this you had a indescribable boon of imagination and ingenuity, creativity, economic output. It was just the best thing ever. And now to put a website on the internet, first of all, you have to put it on somebody else's VPS because you're not going to be able to put it on your own hardware or your own IPs without thousands of dollars of upfront costs. Um, you then are exposed to the internet through an ISP, which can turn you off at any moment. You probably don't have DDoS protection, especially if you're poor. So you have to put your service through Cloudflare. Then you have to actually filter out attacks. So do you have some sort of way to deal with child pornography? Because if anyone uploads child pornography, you're obligated by law to report it to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Kids. You have age verification, that's coming. They're just going to keep adding burdens to this to make it so that, especially, you cannot put any website on the internet that allows user engagement. It's just going to get worse and worse constantly, and it's just like, people want this though. Like even I moral fag, like I've moral fagged at Roblox or Roblox, sorry, I forgot, and Discord because they're basically child rape factories. I feel like I think that's a pretty adequate way of describing these internet services. They're child rape factories, and it's like, well, the platform should do more to protect kids because the kids is getting raped and shit. But it's like, well, I'm kind of doing the British thing. I'm doing the thing where it's like, well, that's a good message about not letting the kids get boogered in their bums. Well, well, that comes back to bite me, my moral fagging, because now what's going to happen when they say you have to add age verification for the Kiwi Farms? Like, what do I do? Honestly, how do I verify somebody's age without asking for an ID? Which I can't do. Elon can do it. Zuckerberg would love to do it. Reddit would fucking love to do it. I guess we're going to have some sort of ID.gov. You're going to have to log in through that mechanism. They already have that. They have like ID. I think it's literally .me.gov or ID.gov. Um, so it's just how it is. So yeah, if you have any ideas on how to upturn the entire geopolitical space to defeat age verification, go ahead and let me know. Write me an email. I'm curious to hear what you have to say.